We are back with our neighborhood tours of Athens. This week I'm in my neighborhood of Koukaki, and today I'm going to show you the Laiki. If you don't know what that is the street market. Almost every neighborhood that is like a neighborhood where people live, there is a street market at some point during the week. And while you may be thinking this isn't really a tourist attraction, I suggest that if you're here in Koukaki or any neighborhood on the day that the Laiki happens, you should go. In Koukaki it happens on Fridays. It gives you a really great idea of what neighborhood life is like in Athens. And if you're here for a couple of days and you happen to have a kitchen, come do some shopping. It's probably the best place to get fruits and vegetables in the city. The market is super seasonal, so everything is super fresh. You can also get things like fish and eggs and obviously flowers here. So I got eggs, some cherry tomatoes, 1 avocado, and strawberries, which were all in total 11 euros. Which, let me tell you, if I'd bought eggs at the supermarket, they would have been double the price. And then I got 2 things of flowers for 6 euros, which I think is incredibly cheap. And now I'm gonna sit and have a coffee here. Now I'm sort of at the beginning of Koukaki. If you're coming from Plaka or Makriani, this is Makriani here. And there are 2 big main streets here in Koukaki, and I'm gonna walk down Veku. Veku has lots of restaurants and bars, and between Veku and the other street that I don't dare possibly say are several pedestrian streets where there are bars and restaurants. So I'm just going to take you around and show you some of my favorite places to give you some perspective if you haven't been to Athens. This is the Acropolis Museum here, and the Acropolis is just on the other side of it. If you need a gelato, this is the place. Django Gelato. And if you're in Syros, they have them there. It actually originated there. And get the pistachio. It's the best. Veku is great because there's lots of bars and restaurants just walking down. And up here, before the striped awning, sort of the pink and turquoise place is called Tuk Tuk. If you're dying for a change and you want some Thai food, this is the best place in town. It's really small inside though. Right after Tuk Tuk is one of the first pedestrian streets where lots of restaurants are. It is also where the Sigru Fix metro station is. It's just on the next section, I'll show you. But lots of my favorites are in here. That place is good, it's called Riza Riza. They have great pasta and people love this fish restaurant. Here is the metro station, and you can either go in here and walk down the stairs. There is an elevator across the street. Across the street, actually 2 streets, is actually the tram as well. And the tram will take you both to Sigtagma Square and all the way to the beach. So Koukaki is great for that. It's got a metro, the tram, and great buses. Across the street over there is a really great bar called Nouritzia. They have great cocktails. And if you fancy it, you can stay in a hotel room above it. We are just almost at the other pedestrian street now. This has restaurants, but it more has bars in it. So it's really hopping at night. So I will come back and walk through here at night, one night this weekend. And this is the other one. So lots of boat bars where lots of young people hang out. It's really popular. It's quiet today because it's Friday. Tomorrow this place will be packed. This is the other side here. This has some famous places. This place here is supposed to be great for Slovakia and everything, and actually during Chikno Pempti, before Carnival, they come out here and roast meats. Maybe they did it during Easter, but obviously I wasn't here. And then it goes all the way down to the end. But I'm gonna come back through here at night. It's better at night. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to dinner. It started to feel a little bit bad. So, but I'm out. I feel fine this morning. I wanted to show you one thing that I think is great to do here in Koukaki, which is to explore Philopappos Hill. It is kind of a steep hill to get up here, but once you're up here, it's great. You can see all the way down to the sea on a clear day, and if you walk far enough in, you can see the Acropolis. So let's go do that. At this point, you can either go left or right. And if you go left, you head towards the sea. If you go right, you go to the Acropolis. So today, because I need a change, I'm gonna go to the Acropolis because normally I go the sea way. Koukaki is the neighborhood that will be on your right, pretty much the whole way of the walk. And then slowly, you might, if you walk far enough, you'll be in Makriani. What's great about Philopappos is, if you wanted to, you could walk all the way to Thesio on the other side. If you go over the hill. If you're lucky, you're gonna get to see one of the turtles up here. Excuse me, tortoises. He's a big one too. He's hanging out in the drainage ditch. Very cool. They're wild in Athens, and I see them everywhere. Not very far, and you reach the Acropolis Museum, which is this building here. So we're basically on the edge of Makriani now, and just behind these trees is the Acropolis. And there is the entrance, and there is the Parthenon. Obviously the trees sort of block it, but we'll walk down a little bit more. Lots of trees have gotten bigger this year because I came down here last year when I first moved in, and you could see it from there. There we go. There's the Parthenon. And I can already tell you there is quite a line to get in because it's just a little after 9:30, I think. It opens at 8. So if you're going there, get there early. For a short walk around in the sun. I've just come to one of my favorite places, the book garden. I've bought 4 books because, you know, as you do. It's so nice, and it's supposed to rain later today, so I thought I would get out now and show you a little bit of the other street that I can't say. Again, it's like more shops and a lot of apartment buildings. There's also some really great architecture in Koukaki. Some of the older houses have not been torn down to build apartment buildings. Here are a few. And then this beautiful yellow one across the street. Now these buildings are up on the higher streets, so not the main streets. This is the more residential area. So if you get a chance, come up a little higher and walk through here. If you're really into architecture, you'll love it. And when I mean higher streets, this is what I mean. I'll show you. So way down there, all the way up here. So you can see it's kind of a hike. But if you're gonna come up to the hill like I did the other day, and I'm doing it again today, then it's worth stopping and going through the streets as well. This is one of the most spectacular houses over here in Koukaki. It's covered in all these different tiles, and they're not all the same. I'm gonna cross the street and go show you. So they're all different. So very cool. And you can find this street. It's called Tsami Karatasou, T-S-A-M-I. And then I'll put the rest in the description box because there's no way I'm gonna spell it correctly. They're actually working on this yellow and gray one. It's beautiful. I'm not sure if they're painting it or if they're doing repairs. Hard to tell. Here's another one that's very similar that's not being worked on. And what I love is this little pedestrian style street. It must be so quiet down here. I never got to go out to dinner last weekend because it started to rain, and I didn't want to show you guys what it was like in the rain because I want you to see what it's really like. So I'm going out for dinner tonight, hopefully at this place called Svika, but I don't have a reservation, and sometimes they get really busy, so we'll see if I can actually get in. Svika sometimes has live music, and that's why sometimes it's hard to get in, but hopefully, because I'm by myself and I'm coming early by Greek standards, then it won't be too busy. We'll see. It's sort of like a meze place, so it's another challenge of eating here by yourself, but it's really good. They have definitely changed the menu since I was here, I don't know, a month or so ago, but it still looks good. The best thing is they didn't remove the zucchini balls from the menu, and those are some of my favorites, and they're really good here. I have also ordered grilled chicken. Comes with fries. It's really small though, so if you want to come eat here when you're in Athens, I suggest coming either the day before you want to eat here and making a reservation, or maybe the morning of. They are open usually for lunch around like 1 o'clock, I believe, but it's super popular, and the tables have emptied and they've almost immediately been filled. Always so good. Excellent. They didn't have music, just lots of musicians hanging out there. So I'll walk through some of the other popular restaurant areas so you can see how busy it is. So this is the first pedestrian street. It's near the metro station that I showed you earlier. And these are two really popular places here. And this is the other section that is definitely busier than the first one. It has a lot more casual bars, and young people hang out down here a lot. And there are really good restaurants as well. And that is it for this week, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Koukaki. If you're looking for the other neighborhood Athens tours that I have done, I will put a link in the description box and also in the first comment section. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.